The funeral then is being held today of the last remaining hostage to be returned from Gaza. The body of 24-year-old police officer Ran Gavili found in Gaza on Monday. Israel's president, who will deliver a eulogy at the funeral, saying returning the remains has closed the circle for Israel. Well, that as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says that Israel will now shift its focus to disarming Hamas and demilitarizing Gaza.
I also hear now the statements that we will allow the rehabilitation of Gaza before disarmament. That will not happen. I also hear that I will allow the establishment of a Palestinian state in Gaza. That did not happen, and it will not happen.
Well, let's cross live then to Jerusalem. We're going to talk to our correspondent Noga Tarnopolsky, who joins us from there. Noga, let's talk about the funeral first of all. Obviously a very emotional moment with that last hostage of a funeral being held.
That's right. I think it really, really is a big national exhalation in Israel, and even a national and political inflection point. The trauma of the hostages of this, kind of almost cinematic reality in which people woke up and their children had simply disappeared, and no one knew if they were alive or dead or where they were. Or, grandmas spirited away live on Facebook videos to who knows where. That episode as a live open wound does appear to be closing today. And this is expected to be one of the largest funerals in the history of Israel. I should add, this is the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, requested to have his corruption trial testimony canceled today so that he could attend this funeral, which is remarkable because he has not attended the funeral of a single other hostage to this point, or spoken with returning hostages who are alive, not one. And so that was also a matter he discussed yesterday among the remarks that you just cited. But today will be a very big day. And we have to see if Netanyahu gets his wish. And following this moment, in fact, Israel and Israelis turn their focus to this disarmament of Hamas, or if Israelis will now turn their focus to him and ask, why did this even happen? Why did we have to worry about 251 hostages stolen when the border seemed to melt away? That is the possibility that Netanyahu very much would like to avoid.
And as we heard at the top there, Noga, Netanyahu obviously hoping that attention will turn towards Hamas and Gaza rather than to himself.
Indeed, very, very much so. And, even from this small clip that you just broadcast right now, in which he says that there will be no reconstruction in Gaza before full disarmament. Well, first of all, that does not conform to the terms of the Trump ceasefire plan, certainly does not conform to the terms presented last week at the World Economic Forum in Davos by President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who seems very hot to trot to rebuild Gaza as a kind of American suburban development. But moreover, I can tell you that today already there are reports in Israeli media that despite this announcement just last night by Prime Minister Netanyahu, that Israel in fact has okayed the reconstruction or the construction of something called, I'm quoting, New Rafah. Much like Jared Kushner spoke of a new Gaza development, there's apparently something called New Rafah underway, and this would be a newly constructed some kind of residential and commercial area for Gazans, but this would be built in the area that is still under Israeli military control. And this may hint, if it's true, at Israel's lack of readiness to redeploy its forces, as, again, it has committed to do by signing on to the Trump ceasefire plan.